Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pits of Metal Chaos. This is your host, Dave. And I got online special guest, guitarist from Autograph, Steve Lynch. How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing great. Doing great. Thanks for having me on tonight.
No problem. I've been a fan of you guys since you guys started, and it's awesome to have you on.
Yeah, it's about time, huh?
Yeah. Well, we started this podcast. My wife actually started like about 7 years ago, so...
Right on.
Yeah, we do drag racing, drivers from drag racing, and we do bands.
Very cool.
So 1983, Autograph started, right?
That's correct. Yes, we started in 1983, and we actually were just a band that just got together and rehearsed together. We didn't have a name or anything. We were just all friends that got together at Victory Rehearsal Studios in North Hollywood, California, and we were all in different bands at that time. Me and the keyboard player were playing with a girl named Holly Penfield, and she was on Dreamland Records, and so we were all on Dreamland. And then we had just finished doing an album with her, and then the singer Steve Plunkett was playing in a group called Silver Condor, and that was on Columbia Records. And then the drummer was playing in a group called The Coup on A&M Records, and Randy Rand, the bass player, was playing with Lita Ford at the time. But we just got together and rehearsed, and then we did a demo tape with Andy Johns, and Kenny, our drummer, was jogging every day with David Lee Roth, and he played him that tape after they got done jogging one day, and David loved it, and he asked us to go out and tour with them for Van Halen for the 1984 tour. And we thought, well, we're all done with these different bands recording and everything. Why? So we have some time to go out and do it. And so we just decided to go out and do it and open up for Van Halen for 1984, and that led to a record deal of our own. So we actually signed with RCA Records backstage at Madison Square Gardens in New York, and that was the history right there.
Wow. So did you ever think Turn Up the Radio was going to be that big?
It's hard to say. We thought it was. The band thought it was. RCA Records didn't even want us to put it on the album. That's the funny thing. They thought, well, it's not going to do anything. We want this song, Send Her to Me, to be the first release. And we go, hey, guys, it's Turn Up the Radio. Radio stations are going to love it. The listeners are going to love it. So why not do this one? And so we finally talked them into putting it on the album. Then we talked them into using it as the first release. So that goes to show you what record companies know.
Yeah. And then you guys had a couple of hiatuses between 83 and now, right?
Yeah, we played from 83 till the very end of 1989. So, basically 6 years straight. We're touring and making albums. And it was like right at the end of 1989 where we disbanded. The 80s were over, and we were basically an 80s band. Even though we could have carried it on past that, because we were a little bit different than most 80s bands. We had, more of a 70s influence than most of the 80s bands.
Right.
So and then we had a long hiatus, like about 22 years before we got back together in, 2013. So then we basically started rehearsing, and we played our first shows in 2014. So and we've been back together since January of 2014 till now, so it's just over 5 years now.
And your last studio album was Get Off Your Asses in 2017?
Yeah, that was our new release, Get Off Your Ass, and that was the title track was our first single, and then we released a second single called Every Generation. Now we're releasing a third single called Meet Me Halfway. And that will have a video with it as well, and that should be out in about 2 weeks.
Very cool. So are you guys working on new material for a new album yet?
For another album other than that? Well, right now, we're in the midst of writing, tossing around ideas, but we still have, a couple more songs we want to release off the Get Off Your Ass LP. So we'll probably do that first before we plan on releasing any new material.
Now, I see you guys are coming out towards my way, which Striper on July 18th at the Arcada Theater.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Arcada Theater, yeah. That's going to be fun. We played there before, and we're looking forward to playing there again.
Now that's the only show you're playing with Striper, right?
Pardon me?
That's the only show you're playing with Striper?
Yeah, we do periodic shows with them. We just played with them again, just like a few months ago, and so throughout the year we may be playing like 5 or 6 shows together. But we don't actually go on tour with them. It's just like usually festivals or just certain special gigs that we play with them. That's it.
Now, are you guys doing any tours this year?
Oh yeah, we're going to be touring quite a bit. People can go to autographband.com. And they can check out our new tour dates. We're always adding more tour dates onto it, and so they can always check it out periodically and see where we're going to be. And that's the best way to do it, autographband.com. Or you can check us out at Autograph Band on Facebook also.
All right. Now, at what age did you start playing guitar, Steve?
Basically, I started playing bass in 1967, and then I switched over to guitar in 1970, September 18th, 1970. And I remember that date because that's the day Jimi Hendrix died, and I was such a Hendrix fan that I decided, well, I'm gonna switch over to guitar, and so I did. I actually traded in my Lyle bass on a Fender Stratocaster that day, and I just never stopped ever since then. So
now, were you self-taught or did you take lessons?
What's that?
Were you self-taught or did you take lessons?
I was self-taught in the beginning. I got little ideas from friends of mine that had been playing longer than me, and then I started taking lessons up in West Seattle by a guy named Don Mock at West Seattle Music up there, and I took lessons from him for a few years. Just whenever I was in town, I was actually touring quite a bit in Western Canada and Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Northern California, Utah, just basically the Pacific Northwest up there. And I found out that I was calling in from Montana to set up more lessons with him, and they said that he had moved down to L.A., down to Hollywood, to open up a new school with these other famous guitar players, jazz players. It was called the Guitar Institute of Technology, and I actually got a hold of the school. I called him up down there, and I got a hold of Don, my old teacher from Seattle, and he said, "Hey, Steve, quit your band, sell your equipment, and get your butt down here." And 3 months later, I was there. And so it was the best decision I've ever made in my life.
So when you took lessons, did you start out with jazz?
No, I started out with just theory, basically. So the theory could go into jazz, it could go into rock, it could go into any music genre. But, basically I was using it for rock, Then when I went to the Guitar Institute, that was all jazz-based. So I had to figure out how to use what I was learning there more in a rock-based format rather than jazz. And so that's what I was doing the whole time when I was there. So it worked out. It worked out because I got a jazz background in it too. So that was very cool.
So how many bands did you play in before Autograph?
Let's see. 17.
17, wow.
Yeah, a total of 17 because I actually had to count them one day. From the time of the first band back in 1971 all the way to, presently.
Wow.
Basically, yeah.
Now, with these other 17 bands, did you put out any recordings?
Oh, yeah. We put out quite a few recordings, actually. But they were just mainly demo tapes. It wasn't any albums. I played on different albums. I did different studio work. When I was in L.A., I played on a lot of different albums back then. But the bands that I was playing in Seattle and when I was in L.A. after I graduated from the Guitar Institute, we just did demos. We never did any albums, released any albums.
So now, after all these years, what still keeps you passionate about being an Autograph?
Well, I love the songs that we did, and I love the new songs that we're playing, and it's just great to play out and play in front of the old fans as well as the new fans, and that keeps us going. It's a great thing.
Now, I have a friend named Joe Walla that plays guitar in California. He wanted me to ask you, what are your favorite guitars and rig?
Well, right now I'm playing through Dale Roberts. They're custom made for me. I actually went into his shop in Jacksonville, Florida, and I picked out the wood and everything and designed the whole guitar, everything about it. The frets and everything, and the fret markers, and just everything about it, the way the neck joint, or the way the neck went through the guitar and everything. And what I'm doing right now is I'm playing through ISP Technologies pedal board, and I'm also playing through the Headrush gate board. And those are my two mainstays. And I usually play through two Marshall 2000 heads when I'm playing live.
So how many guitars do you currently own?
I don't know.
Too many, huh?
Yeah, I really don't know. I'd have to count them. So, but anyway, I keep them alive the best I can.
So would you say over 20?
Yeah.
Now, how many acoustic guitars you own?
Just two.
Now, are you guys going to be doing any acoustic shows this year?
No acoustic shows. We're too much of a heavier band to play acoustics. I mean, we could. We have done it actually before. We did one in LA, just a short set of 5 songs. But we usually keep it to, just an electric set so we can put on the full show.
All right. So going back to 1983 when Autograph formed, how did you guys come up with the name Autograph?
Well, we were actually on the way driving from LA to Jacksonville, Florida, in January of 1984, and we didn't have a name for the band yet because we weren't really a band. We were just guys that got together and jammed until we started writing songs together and did that demo, like I had mentioned before. But what we did was we wrote down on a piece of paper, or 5 separate pieces of paper because there were 5 members in the band back then. We wrote down, like 5 of our most favorite names for a band, and then we sent those pieces of paper around to each other, and each person crossed off which ones they didn't like. And the only couple that were left was one called Red Cross. It was spelled a different way, and then Autograph. And we went with Autograph because we had a signature sound, and we had talked about that earlier, that we don't really sound like any of the other LA bands.
Right.
We had sound, and we stood out a little bit apart from them. And so we went with Autograph. We thought, we decided to change it later. But then by the time we went out and did all these shows with Van Halen, playing out in front of literally hundreds of thousands of people, we thought, well, we can't change it now, and we signed as Autograph with RCA Records. So that was that.
Yeah, it worked for you guys, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now, who writes all the lyrics and music in the band currently?
Well, it's mostly, we all chip in on the music, but it's mainly Simon, the singer, that writes the lyrics. I have lyric ideas that I give to him, like "Get Off Your Ass" was my idea, and then "You Are Us, We Are You." I gave him that idea, and then a couple, different, words in each one of those songs and melody line ideas and stuff like that. But he writes most of the lyrics.
Now, do you have any side projects that you do besides Autograph?
Oh yeah, my fiance Elena Ray, who's actually a very popular country artist. We're doing a side project, and we're calling it 222, and it's going to be just totally different. She's a country artist, and I'm a rock guy, but we're gonna. It's not going to be country or rock. It's going to be something completely different. We're already collaborating on it, and we got David Ricard on drums, and we have also David Gainsbourg on rhythm guitar, and we're going to have Peter on keyboards, and then we're going to have Randy Rand on bass guitar, the bass player from Autograph. He's going to do the shows with us as well, and we're looking at doing our first recordings, actually, by the end of March. And so we're really excited about that. We got some shows lined up in Europe as well, so that's going to be a really fun project. It's going to be totally different from anything her or I have ever done before. So really looking forward to that. Something different.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We'll have to do an interview with you and her.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to do an interview together.
Yeah, that would be a fun interview.
But people can go check her out too. She's Elena Ray, ALENA, and then RAE on Facebook, and they can check her out and everything and see what she's done, and we'll be posting our collaborative ideas on there as well. So that's going to be very cool. You know, all while the whole autograph thing is going on, we're still touring and everything, and she's got her own project, Elena Ray, touring, but we're doing this project together called 222, and so that's going to be really exciting. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to hearing that too.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be fun.
So now, after all these years in the music business, what do you consider the pros and cons of the music business?
Well, the business itself is, the pro is actually just playing the music. That's really, that's really what it comes down to. But I just love playing music. I love being on stage, and my favorite thing really is creating in the studio, and just being able to hear something back. And it's the same thing with Elena too. She likes her favorite thing is creating in the studio, but we both love to play live. And the same thing with the guys in Autograph. You know, we love playing live, but my thing has always been just creating in the studio, and that's really the pros. Is just being able to create and put stuff out there and have people listen to it, and especially when people like it. That's the big thing. And the cons is just dealing with all the record industry BS, basically, and I could go on and on for the next few hours on that, but I'm not going to get too deeply into that.
Hey, this is Tanya.
Hi, Tanya.
I'm the one who owns this station. Anyways.
Yeah, I told him you started the podcast.
Yeah. So, Steve, what record label are you currently under right now? Are you under Underground Records?
It's on EMP Label Group.
EMP?
David Ellison, right?
Yes, that's correct. Exactly. It's his label. Yeah. David Ellison.
So let me ask you something. I know this is going off a topic. What's your political stance on Trump?
I don't talk about politics or religion. Not at all.
No?
No, I've stayed completely away from that.
Right, so... Okay, what was your favorite tour?
The tour with probably Aerosmith. I mean, that was just a really great tour. We all loved that one a lot. It was just very professional. It was a very well-oiled machine, the whole thing. The most chaotic tour was with Motley Crue, because there's portions of that tour that none of us even remember. It was way over the top. So, but it was fun. But my favorite tour was probably with Aerosmith.
Yeah, Motley Crue are some wild guys.
Oh yeah, we couldn't keep up with them.
Yeah, I can imagine. So now, what was the first club you ever played at with Autograph?
The first club?
Yeah.
Well, the venue that we played at was in Jacksonville, Florida, and that was an arena. The first club, boy, I don't even know the first club. Maybe the Living Room in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm not sure. Many years ago. But, during the first several years of playing, we didn't really play any clubs. We were touring with big bands, so we played the bigger venues, the arenas, is basically what we were playing all the time back then.
So what would you consider to be your fondest memory of being in this band?
When we got signed and when we did our first video and it went into heavy rotation on MTV, that was really a cool thing. And then, of course, when we got a gold record, which eventually went to platinum. So getting that gold record, that was just really, really, really cool. So,
yeah, that's when the MTV was actually music television.
That's right, exactly, way back then.
And not all these reality shows.
Yeah, right.
Hold on, I gotta interrupt the interview. Steve.
Yes.
This is a serious question. Trump signed a bill giving musicians their rights and authorities to their music and money. What do you think about that?
Oh, I think that was great.
That's all I need to know.
Yeah, no, I thought that was a great move that he did. Absolutely, I agreed with that totally.
Now, what can you share that was like a most embarrassing moment on tour?
We were playing in Washington D.C. and in Washington D.C. at the Doles Arena, I think it was called, or something like that. They had all these television screens all around, and I could see the television screen with us up on it while we were playing. These big, huge screens, and I've done this move where it ripped my pants, and I didn't really know that it had ripped my pants that bad. I just heard a little bit of a tear while I was playing, or I felt a little bit of a tear, I should say, and I looked up at the screen, and I was looking down at the audience, and people were pointing at me, and some people were starting to laugh and everything, and I looked up at the screen, and I went, oh my God, my pants just split open in the front, and I wasn't wearing any underwear, so I'm looking up there at the big screen, and I'm going, oh man, I couldn't believe it. So anyway, let's put it this way, I had to tuck myself away, and I had to play with the guitar right in front of me for the rest of the night, and that was the most embarrassing moment of my whole career right there.
Wow. Nobody ever noticed, right?
Well, people did notice. That's why they were pointing and, like, hey, dude, you're showing a little bit more than you should be on stage. So I realized it and corrected the situation. That was the first wardrobe malfunction before Janet Jackson and all that. So
right. So what are your opinions on illegal downloading?
Well, that's something that just has to come to a big change because of the fact that there's so many artists out there that they don't make any money. I mean, you can put out all this new material and people are just downloading it for free. The thing is these musicians make a living off of this. They all do. And so they make a living off that and playing live, of course, and their merchandise. But when people are downloading their songs for free, well, then that means they're not getting paid for those songs, and that means it makes it very hard for bands to stay together or even individual artists to make a living off of this. So that's something that definitely has to change. It has to be encrypted some way so that people are unable to do that. And that will be happening in the future. I see that happening within the next couple of years.
So how important is social media to the band Autograph?
It's very important, and I think it is with everybody now. It's very difficult to get heard and without social media, period. And so when you do have that tool, then you yourself can spread it out there. And if you have a publicist running your sites, then he can spread the word and everything and put up different posts and really helps promote the band or the individual artist. And this is extremely important nowadays. And I'm glad that we have that vehicle to be able to do our promotions with.
Yeah, back when you guys started, you didn't have the social media that the record label had to push you.
The record label had to push us with the different magazines, like Hit Parader and Circus and all that back then. That's what they were. And then, of course, with the guitar magazines that I wrote articles for and stuff, and I was interviewed and featured in some of those, that helped a bit. But, it was mainly just in magazines and promoting through what the label could possibly do for you. Different special giveaways and appearances and stuff like that.
And there was Metal Edge.
Yep, yeah, exactly. That was another one.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Yep.
So now you live in Tennessee, right?
No, I'm actually living in Clearwater, Florida. I live in Palm Harbor, Florida, right by Clearwater. No, my fiance is she's up in Nashville.
Okay, so she's the one in Tennessee.
Yeah, so we're kind of going back and forth. That's what we're doing right now.
So how's Autograph's fan base in Florida?
Well, I'm just in Florida. The Simon Daniels, the singer, and Mark Whelan, the drummer, they're both in L.A., and then Randy Rand, the bass player, he's up in Atlanta area.
But when you guys play in Florida, you guys get a good crowd, right?
Oh yeah, we just played February 8th down here with Lita Ford, and it was a great crowd. The show went very, very well. So, it was a lot of fun. Great, perfect temperature out and everything. It was an outdoor gig, and so this is one of the few places you can play outdoor shows during this time of year.
Now, what's your favorite place to play when you guys go to Europe?
England, in Germany, and basically that's all we've done so far. We're going to be doing some other shows, possibly even with Elena. We might be doing, Amsterdam. That's still something that's kind of up in the air right now. But she's definitely playing it. It's just whether me and Randy can do it. But we're basically, looking at playing a lot more in Europe. Autograph has only been there twice, and that's with the new incarnation of Autograph. The old incarnation of Autograph, the original Autograph, did not play Europe. RCA didn't want to pay for us to go play Europe or Japan, and we had gone gold in England, and we had gone gold in Japan, and we went gold in Canada, but they didn't want us to play out of country. They didn't want to put up the money for that, which was kind of stupid because we were selling a lot of records. But there again, that's what the record companies don't know. They don't know how to promote the band properly.
So, Steve, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what? Do you have any upcoming shows right now?
Yeah. We have a little bit of time off, and then we're going to be playing up in Connecticut, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. That's in Connecticut at Mohegan Sun. It's a big casino up there. That's a great venue. We played there, I think, 3 or 4 times before. And then we're playing Penns Peak in Pennsylvania. That's a great venue also. And then we're playing M3 Festival in Maryland. That's going to be May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
In July, you're coming with Striper to here, the Midwest?
Oh, yeah. We're going to be playing a lot in the Midwest, but none of those... I'd have to look at our itinerary, but everybody can go look at that for themselves. It's at autographband.com, and they can see all the dates that we're playing. And like I said before, we're always adding more dates onto that as well.
Do you have a like page on Facebook?
Yeah, we have Autograph Band on Facebook and on Twitter and on Instagram, and then I'm also, just with my name, Steve Lynch, I'm on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Do you have a website?
Well, yeah. Basically, the website is autographband.com. I don't have one personally anymore. The only one I do is for my teaching one, and that's lynchlicks.com.
Oh, you teach guitar?
Yes, I do.
And how many guitars do you own?
Well, we went that earlier. I think it's over 20. I'm not sure exactly.
Okay. I gotta count them all.
Okay, what's your favorite guitar brand?
The custom ones that I'm playing right now, that would be the Dale Roberts one that's made out of Jacksonville, Florida.
Do you own any Ibanez's?
I had before the S-Series ones, but I don't have any now.
Okay, see, check this out. A couple years ago, I had a black Les Paul lookalike Ibanez, black one. It was sweet because I play guitar too. And someone fucking stole my guitar.
Oh, that's no good.
I had an ad for it on the newspapers. I had an ad for it on Craigslist, Facebook, everything. Nobody ever returned my guitar. I had a $1,000 reward for it too.
Yeah, it's happened to me before too. I'm sorry that happened to you. That's no fun.
And then I saw this Michael
Schechter guitar.
Michael Schechter.
Michael Schenker.
Was it a Michael Schenker?
No, she had a Schechter. She was looking at a Schechter brand guitar.
Oh, Schechter brand guitar. Well, that's who I'm actually going to be endorsing now is Schechter. In fact, the whole band is Randy and Simon and myself are going to be endorsing Schechter now.
Well, I had my eyes on a Michael Schechter guitar. I put $50 down payment on it. I was gonna go pick it up a couple days after that when I got more money, but the guy sold it and he wouldn't give me back my $50, and I ended up taking him to court.
Oh wow!
The guy stole my $50, the pawn shop guy, but I ended up getting it back in court.
You just can't trust people nowadays. That's that happens.
It's too hard. There's too many thieves in this world. There's too many dishonest people.
Yeah, there's about 6 billion too many.
Yeah, right? I know. Do you have any words of advice for upcoming bands or upcoming young musicians, talents?
Yeah, to write, and write. The right constantly write. The main thing is just to write from your heart, write what you really feel, and not try to emulate any other bands that are out there, because then you're just going to be a carbon copy of them. And just really strive for a unique sound, and keep on writing, keep on using the social media to get all your songs out there, and use everything you possibly can to promote the product.
Okay, do you want to do some fun questions?
Pardon me?
Do you want to do some fun questions?
Sure.
What's your favorite food?
Chinese food.
Huh?
Chinese food.
Chinese and Thai.
Chinese food. Oh, okay. I like vegetarian sushi.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I make it myself.
Good.
Every time I make like 1,000 rolls, they're gone within 10 minutes. My whole family of freaking 6 or 7 eats it all. I don't even get 1 or 2. Fucking piggies. What's your favorite drink, non-alcoholic or alcoholic?
My favorite drink, non-alcohol, is Arizona iced tea. And
Yum.
with alcohol, my favorite drink is either red wine, a good blend red wine, or I like Captain Morgan's and Diet Coke.
Same thing as me and Dave.
Yep, there you go.
Do you like cheese? What's your favorite cheese?
Arizona iced tea.
Cheese,
that's what
cheese.
No. Cheese. What's your favorite cheese?
Oh, cheese. That would be probably. Well, there's mixes of cheese that I really like. There's this one brand called Rembrandt. That's my favorite one, actually.
What is it made out of?
Yeah, it's like Parmesan, but it's a little bit more tart. But it's called Rembrandt, just like the painter Rembrandt. Yeah, and that's my favorite.
I like Colby Jack. If it's mixed cheese, I like Colby Jack. But if it's straight cheese, huh?
Yep.
But if it's straight cheese, it has to be Munster or Swiss.
Pardon me?
If it's straight up cheese, it has to be Munster or Swiss.
Yeah, I love Swiss as well. So, yeah, absolutely. We just went into the Food Network here, didn't
we? When I make meatloaf, I always stuff my meatloaf with Munster and Colby Jack cheese.
A joke could be made out of that. But we'll stay away from that.
You could make a joke. I don't care.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just being humorous here.
What's your favorite spot to vacation at?
Probably, it'd have to be in Europe, basically. I love the castles in Germany. I love Austria. Me and my fiance, we're going to Italy, and that's, of course, one of my absolute... Italy is probably my favorite, actually, out of all of them. But as far as the castles go, I love England, Germany, and Austria. But we're going to be in Rome, actually, so that's going to be at the end of June.
Huh?
And we're just going to have a great time there. I can't wait to go to Rome. I've only been to northern Italy, so this will be a lot of fun.
Is Autograph going to play in Japan?
Well, we're actually, there's some people actually working on that right now. Because King Records, who we signed with in Japan when we did this deal with EMP Label Group, they want us to go over there and play.
Okay, that's cool. So, do you have any pets, any kids?
No kids, just a couple cats.
Oh, you like cats, huh? I love cats.
Yeah. And my fiance, she has 25 horses, she has a pig, she has a goat, she has a donkey, she has 8 cats, 5 dogs.
Twins?
So, she's got enough in the pet
she has
department.
twins. So your fiance has kids?
No, neither one of us have kids. Huh?
So are you guys going to have kids together?
Oh, no, we're beyond that point.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still kids ourselves, though, so...
Who isn't kids? Everybody's still a kid. Even the president's still a kid.
That's right, exactly.
No, not in a bad way.
No, I know.
Oh, okay, I know you like him. Okay, so any last words for the show?
I just want to wish you guys the best with your podcast. Check out the tour dates on autographband.com and check out Elena Ray and myself, along with Randy Rand, the bass player from Autograph, doing our 222 project. And Autograph will be touring in a town near you soon. just keep up on the dates at autographband.com, like I said, or Autograph on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.
And it's almost 7 years with my podcast. 7 years.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Congratulations.
Yeah, I've had some of the big national acts on my show.
Oh,
I open up
cool.
my show with big national acts.
Nice, nice. That's very cool.
Besides local bands.
Yeah.
I've had all types of stuff on my show, on my podcast.
Oh,
All
that's
types.
great. Well,
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Well, thanks again for taking time to interview, Steve.
Okay, you got it, my friend. And when Elaine and I are able to do one together, then we'll hook up with you.
Yeah, just let me know when you guys are ready to interview.
Okay, you got it, my friend.
You got my number. Stay in touch. You can text me or whatever. Call me or Facebook message. Either way.
Okay, you got it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. You have a great night.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.